say. And I think, as you know, I like you personally very much. This is probably the most difficult hearing in my more than 2 decades I have ever sat in. But let me begin. In his memoir, former CIA Consul General John Rizzo described how, in 2005, Jose Rodriguez was promoted to be Deputy CIA Director for Operations and installed as his chief of staff an officer from the Counterterrorist Center who had previously run the interrogation program. Is that you?
Senator, I'm so pleased you asked me that question.
Yes or no will do.
No. And for the record, if you have your staff check, Mr. Rizzo has issued a correction. It is true that it is hard for in a secret.
My understanding
that is not accurate.
Recently confirmed that it was you.
No, he issued a correction. When people write books, I didn't read Mr. Rizzo's book, so I didn't even know that was out there. Mr. Rizzo, and actually I read about it in the Washington Post last night. Eric Wemple, I believe, wrote a story talking about the failure of certain organizations to correct their facts, and that was one of them. And he noted that Mr. Rizzo, about 10 days ago, he was wrong. He didn't fact check, and that has been corrected. I would never even served in that department, nor was I the head of it.
Let me read directly his quote from the book. Several weeks later, Porter promoted Jose Rodriguez to the position of Deputy Director for Operations, Jim Pavitt's former job. Once more, Jose installed as his chief of staff an officer from the Counterterrorist Center who had previously run the interrogation program. Between them, they were the staunchest advocates inside the building for destroying the tapes.
Senator, I did not run the interrogation department. In fact, I was not even read into the interrogation program until it had been up and running for a year. I never served.
Were you an advocate for destroying the tapes?
Senator, I absolutely was an advocate if we could within and conforming to U.S. law, and if we could get policy concurrence to eliminate the security risk posed to our officers by those tapes, and the consistent legal
advice. And you were aware of what those tapes contained?
No, I never watched the tapes, but I understood that our officers' faces were on them and that was very dangerous at a time when there were unauthorized disclosures that were exposing the program.
But it also exposed how the program was conducted, because they were tapes of the actual interrogation of 92 detainees, as I understand it.
No, the tapes were recordings of only one detainee. It was 92 tapes of one detainee.
All right. Well, thank you for that.